For this week's Employee Spotlight, I sit down with the founders of Tech Run Club. So each Friday for the last year, Josh Clapham, Matt Julesonette, and Kevin Yee have been getting together for morning runs. And what started as a morning workout has since evolved into a company-wide network of people that are passionate about exercise, whether that means the occasional lunchtime walk or daily runs. Over the course of our conversation, we talk about how they got started, what they each enjoy about the group, and how you can get involved too. Here they are. All right, everybody, we have got a very special episode of Tech Strong this week. We are here with the, can I call you guys the founding three of Tech Run Club? Would that be fitting?
I think that's fitting, yeah.
It feels right. I was thinking about this before we got on here. I was like, this feels kind of like back in the day where like a music reporter would get to interview a band. Like Josh has the guitars in the back even. But I'm like, it's like y'all are like Green Day or like the Rolling Stones or something because I'm talking all the time.
No, not at that level. Yeah.
Maybe not yet, but we're talking today. Obviously, Tech Strong is a series based around health and well-being, and the Tech Run Club, especially this year, has taken off a little bit. And I know that around the company, more and more people are hearing about it. So just to kick things off, let's do just a little bit of how this all got started, and feel free in there as you all talk to kind of tell us, your name, your office, that kind of thing too.
Sure. Kevin.
Josh. All right, I'll go ahead and start. So
yeah, let's go, Kevin.
Yeah, so account manager, Colorado Springs office. I was actually an RL a year ago. Actually, this club started about a year ago. Matt, you remember exactly what the temperature was because you like to bring that up because
it was 17 degrees.
17 degrees. So when you tend to run in that kind of cold weather, just different thoughts go into your mind, like what am I doing to get your mind off of obviously the cold. But more primarily, I know I was running with these gentlemen for a few weeks, just training. I actually signed up for a huge milestone in my book in regards of racing Pikes Peak, doing the ascent over there. So I was like, okay, let's start training. Yeah. But in the middle of training, I was just, it just built this camaraderie with these guys and just making sure that they held me accountable and I held them accountable to make at least a run once a week, at least together, outside of it. So for me, I think why I wanted to push this out was I said, hey, I love this accountability piece, and tech systems is all about accountability. There is that self-accountability, but at the end of the day, when you have some partners with it, just makes it so much easier. It makes the grind a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So really that's what it came down to. I've never been a runner. I actually hate running till this day.
You still do. I'm surprised to hear that, Kevin.
Still,
I would have thought these guys would have gotten you into it.
Well, I do get that runner's high, right? But at the end of the day, it's like running is just so hard. It's hard to keep yourself accountable. It's like, well, should I go out, especially in the winters? But yeah, I mean, these guys have been definitely there for me and pushing me into reaching my goals. So I know that's what I wanted is just building that accountability and camaraderie with these gents.
Yeah. So Josh, you hear from, and Matt, you too, obviously, you hear from Kevin. He's like, hey, I want to start training. Y'all link up. Was it at that point where you thought, maybe we should get some other people involved from around the company, or what? When did that thought occur to you?
So Josh and I had just done a Ragnar event, right? It was like a relay race in the mountains, and we had trained a little bit for that. I know for me personally, I was afraid I was going to stop running. Like I've been training for that, and I was afraid I was going to stop running. So we just kind of kept running, and Kevin got involved, for a little while there. And I think it was one of those days where it was so flipping cold outside that we were just like, why are we doing this? Like what? Like it legitimately, Kevin mentioned like, why are we doing this in a good way? I'm almost in a bad way. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we out here in 17-degree weather running in the dark?
You're like, why am I subjecting myself to this misery?
It was freezing, and we started like just talking about it. It's just it's brains it's working through the problems out loud. Like, why are we doing this? Well, the accountability, it's the partnership. It's the, I don't want to avoid the cliches here, but it was the, just the camaraderie and the willingness to be like, hey, we're in this together, Yeah. And at that point we'd already been doing it for several weeks. I mean, I think it'd been a couple months actually, Kevin, at that point. And we talked about all kinds of stuff on these runs and I mean, personal problems, professional things, just venting, soundboards, and realized, my gosh, this is such an open space and a safe place, right? And so when we realized that, like, how cool would it be, especially because, wintertime, people start getting a little bit insulated, hiding in their homes a little bit.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
cool would it be to keep this going, get people motivated to run, or at least not even run, but just get active
Yeah.
over the wintertime, right? And encourage people to create what we have in our, because we're in the same office, right? Create what we have in their own offices as part of a bigger thing, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, leading into, I mean, when COVID really impacted us in March, that's when we really started trying to push this out, because that's when we felt probably needed the most, the support, and knowing that they weren't alone. If they're in the one office, they're the one runner in their office, it's okay, because you're part of hundreds of us across the country.
Yeah. Little pockets of well-being all across the company. Josh, what do you want to add?
Well, it's really interesting too, because this was all started pre-COVID, and it's very much turned into a virtual thing. I mean, Kevin, Matt and I get together every Friday morning.
Socially distant, though. I notice in the
Yeah.
pictures, you're always
Yeah.
6 feet apart in your pictures.
That's
intentional.
Right. Yeah, that's right. And since then, obviously, we started the Run Club, and COVID came into play. But it's been virtual from the beginning, because we did want to get other folks with tech systems involved in, joining the running club on Friday mornings.
Yeah.
So, there's Seattle, Boise, and other offices too that have jumped on. They've gotten these shirts as well, and it's turned into a national, camaraderie for running, for something that we're passionate, very much with doing every Friday morning and getting together. And then we share it on Strava, share it on Instagram, and other things too. So it's cool to see other tech systems brothers and sisters across the country getting together and doing this.
The other cool thing about Tech Run Club, being that I'm just an individual part of it, like obviously, y'all are, posting pictures and you're kind of engaging more with the group. Just as an individual, I think it's really cool that people of all fitness levels are getting involved. Like, you'll see people who are logging like, 1 mile walk with my family, and you'll see people who are logging 20 milers. So I think that's cool that you don't have to have any kind of threshold to get involved.
Yeah,
Right.
that's definite. I think I've heard that from a ton of people, even from the office. They're like, man, this run club thing is really cool. Like, I can't keep up with you guys though, so I don't want to slow you guys down. It's like, no, that's not the point.
Yeah.
Like, you guys can absolutely join us. We'll slow down for you. Don't feel guilty. What it comes down to is, like, you're getting out there, you're being active, you're, utilizing something that's good for your body to de-stress, right? We talk about just in general, this job and you got a lot of outside forces affecting things, and just running just helps.
Yeah.
Like you said, walking helps, getting out biking helps, as long as you can get outside and just not be staying cooped up in the house. I'm telling you, I think this run club and just running in general saved me from the pandemic, because it's like I had to get out there, I had to really run and keep myself motivated.
Yeah.
So that's the point right there, is all different levels can join. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
I think it's funny. I think that club has kind of a connotation of exclusivity, and it's the opposite for us. Like, we're like, the goal of this is not exclusivity. The goal is inclusivity, right? And try to get not get people involved in the numbers wise, but like give people the opportunity to be involved. Like, hey, this is not you're not paying fees. There's nothing. Strava's a free app. Like, you don't have to be on Strava. It helps, like, the visualization, but
just
like
connection, just because you're seeing.
You don't have to be on there, but like, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's just we're trying to give people an outlet and an opportunity, because it may not work the same for everybody, but for us, for us personally, it's just been such a big accountability. Keep using that term, but like, to me, the release, I have literally probably had more just deep, open, vulnerable conversations with these two guys, because I'm stuck with them now. Over the past year plus. I mean, I've known them longer than that. I've known them for years now, right? But it's because of the last, realistically 12, 14 months, I think our relationships have really deepened. And hate to say it's one day a week, 'cause we see each other more often than that, but legitimately, it's that one day a week where we just go in, we know we're going to talk about something. It may not always be valuable, but in the moment, but long term, the value, it just adds and adds and adds.
Well, guys, it's been awesome getting to talk with y'all. for anybody watching, we'll put some details in the description on how you can get plugged into Tech Run Club. Hopefully, like Josh or Matt, I'm not sure who mentioned it, but once the shirts are available for you to order, we'll make sure and send that link out to everybody. And thanks for your time, guys. I'm sure that that we'll hopefully in the future get a chance to run together. I'm excited to join one of your Friday run clubs in person.
Love to have you.
Absolutely, man. Thanks, Morgan.